What's good with y'all, man? Welcome back to another episode of Down to the 216, hosted by your boy Will here. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling today as we get into another interesting video topic? So, today I want to go and discuss something. I want to go out on a limb and say something. It's going to be a pretty hot topic. I might get some negative comments here. I might get some people that, think I'm being a little harsh for me. I'm concerned about the Dylan Gabriel pick. I'm very concerned, man. I feel like some of the reports I'm hearing, we're going to get into and talk about it, but it's sounding like he might not even he should make the team. Some of the stuff I'm hearing. People say he looks good, but I'm not really hearing that a lot. When we look at the practice stats, it's alarming. We're hearing a lot of balls getting batted down, a lot of PBUs, and Joe Flacco's not having that problem. So, I think it's a little apparent. I think they're trying to justify a bad pick already. I don't know what it is with Andrew Berry and swinging and missing in the third round. He got a history of doing it. Anthony Schwartz, Perrion Winfrey, David Bell. I could keep going, but not to mention though, I just don't understand it. Why get Dylan Gabriel there? Still don't make no sense. We needed a wide receiver. Why don't we have another wide receiver on this team? They're trying to justify it, but that's something that should really be talked about, because if Shedeur Sanders is better. This video is sponsored by Detrimental Figures, my brand here. As y'all see some of the quality of my recent work, you get a signature tag on it as well. We make and really emphasize quality over quantity. So we try to take and make sure we use the best materials to come up with our shirts and the best designs. Make sure y'all following us on Instagram, Detrimental Figures. So y'all can also get the description down below and hit the link for a shirt. Everything I drop is limited edition, so unfortunately this shirt is sold out. I don't have any more, but I have different things coming up similar to it. So keep in mind, and I'll keep you guys updated with some of my new stuff throughout these videos coming up. A lot of people should kind of lose their job. I'm not gonna lie to you. If Shedeur Sanders is better than Tyler Sloth, Jalen Milroe, Dylan Gabriel, Jackson Dart, let's not even say he's good. Let's just say he's better than those four guys. Somebody gotta get fired. You gotta think about it. I know I'm being kind of on a conspiracy theorist side right now, but somebody gotta low-key get in trouble for that, because there's no way that they let this young man slide this far. It's gonna be something that's always talked about. So I think it kind of does make sense for the Browns to kind of keep, if he's good or not, under the radar. Because really, it's not going to look good at nobody. He's going to really have a lot to say about that. I'm not going to say Shedeur Sanders, but his family, his friends, like, why did he slide to the 5th round? That's something I think everybody going to have to ask. And I think right now we're delaying the obvious. It's something that should be kind of talked about, I think, in my opinion, because it makes no sense. And I don't think it was fair to the young man to do that to him and to try to, kill his character and publicly embarrass him. I think that was wrong. And I think that's something that we're going to slowly get away from, because we're going to get away from when it happened. But it really goes back to he should have never went to the 5th round. All this was kind of ignorant. It was kind of an attack on him, and he responded really well from it. And I feel like that's going to end up being a storyline, and I think it's going to make Shedeur Sanders so much better. I think he's going to be capable of being a top 10 quarterback in the league. I'm not going to say he's going to be like a top 5 guy, but I think he's going to be capable of being like better than Dak Prescott. I like a Dak Prescott that can win in the playoffs. So yeah, a little bit worse than Joe Burrow, I would say. A little worse than Joe Burrow. Maybe like not as You know how Joe Burrow has his little 400-yard games, maybe not as many as those, but to that extent, a little better than Kirk Cousins, a little worse than Joe Burrow. I think it'll be kind of his range at. I do think he's gonna be a pretty good quarterback though. So we're gonna find out. I think Cam Moore is gonna be the two best quarterbacks to come out this draft. You guys comment down below how y'all feel. I feel like getting back to Dylan Gabriel, man. I don't think he's gonna be good. I'm gonna just call it a spade. What is this, June 10th? I'm gonna come out on a limb. I just don't think Dylan Gabriel is gonna be a good player. He's tall as me. I'm not trying to be mean, but he's tall as me. He really don't have crazy athleticism. He's not like Lamar Jackson in the pocket, so there's that. And then what are we? He's not having like a cannon. Like, what are we relying on? Like, little agility and ability to read and run an offense? Like, okay, I can see that. He's a good offensive general. I can see that. But, like, what else, what God-given talents does Dylan Gabriel have? What God-given intangibles do we have? You know, I do think he's a good quarterback, but I think it was unfortunate that he had to come to this situation. Because he should have never got drafted here, and he should have never been put in this situation. So it's like making him look like a worse player than what his expectations I think should have been. I think he's probably a decent quarterback, a decent backup. I think Dylan Gabriel probably be a Ryan Fitzpatrick, a decent backup. But anything outside of that, I don't really see it. I see not Joe Burrow. I see Shedeur Sanders being better than Kirk Cousins, so being better than Dak Prescott. So it's not gonna make a lot of sense on why Dylan Gabriel got drafted, and it's just gonna make the team look even worse. So I think the longer they play it out, the better. But Shedeur Sanders is gonna play some football for the Cleveland Browns here. I hate to be the one to break it to everybody, but I do think Shedeur Sanders is gonna end up playing by like week 8. Like week 8, that'll be probably my prediction going into it. If not, Dylan Gabriel will be playing. I think so. We'll see though. I think this quarterback room after these first couple of weeks is gonna be pretty bad. We're gonna see how long Joe Flacco could last before somebody get hurt. Hopefully DeJuan Jones don't get nobody hurt. I gotta trust in DeJuan though. We get DeJuan, Jack Conklin, Shedeur. They saying Judkins might be the next big thing, so I'm definitely about to try to get Judkins in fantasy, maybe in like the 3rd round. If I could get him in the 4th round, that'd be a home run. Like if I could, I'm not even gonna get into fantasy. I'm pretty good at fantasy though. If you guys ever want to me to drop a video or something, or I want to ask questions, I won. So last 3 years, I think I'm 45 and like 12. I won two championships last season. This season I came in 2nd place in all my leagues. That shit hurt so bad. I almost cried. But hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Like I said, man, I got a lot of concerns for Dylan Gabriel. We're gonna see if he can rise up, but I just don't think he should have never got compared to Shedeur Sanders. So it's just unfortunate about the situation that he in. So y'all hitting the like and subscribe button. Y'all know we got new t-shirts out. Shop the brand. I'm out.